I'm Sara Mitchell, and I got next.
You next up and you ain't been on Sports Like Talk. Like, what are you doing? Hey, you better hit them up. Look, you breaking next and you up next. Kings and queens go hard. Rising star on the big scene. Make them know who you are. You don't break a sweat. Don't settle for less. They put you through that test. Your resume that flex. Who got next? Who got next? SLT. First say go. Who got next? Who got next? Living my dreams and all your goals. Who got next? Who got next? You can ask B. Jones or head coach. Who got next? Who got next? You next up, so here's my vote.
Boom! SLT Nation. We are back in the building with another fire episode of Sports Life Talks. You got next, a series for the voices of tomorrow, a platform that tells about rising stars achieving big dreams and doing big things. And today, you know, I've always been a little afraid of these people, Kevin, but this time I got faith that the good folks in the Northeast New Jersey stand up. We got Sara Mitchell, assistant coach at NJIT. How you doing today, Coach?
I'm good. That introduction video was legit.
Well, you know what? I don't like to give him too many props, but that was
Well, Coach, we have to have a big introduction. Awesome. We got to have a big introduction for big stars like yourself, because Sports Life Talk Nation, we are closing in on 100 episodes of You Got Next, and for the first time ever, from a preparation standpoint of view, we got a resume, ladies and gentlemen. That is what I call preparation.
Setting the bar high, folks.
If we drop the ball today, if we don't give you a good story today, then it's on us, because everything we needed about Sara Mitchell, we got it. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this story is phenomenal. So buckle up. I am your host, the mouth of the South, B. Jones, the Louisiana, Mr. Yeet himself. I'm rocking alongside of my co-host, my partner in crime, my brother from another mother, the head coach, KT. And that's right, Kev. I'm going to call you a head coach because you worked hard, sir. How you feeling today, man?
You must be sick, because normally you'd be like, well, he's a coach and you're going to be the assistant coach. He's going to be the head coach. But, hey, I'm feeling great. You know what I'm feeling like, B. Jones?
What's that, sir?
I got that Hooper swag.
Ooh.
If you go to Coach Mitchell's Instagram page, you will just see she's just swagged out. She's just so cool. She's smooth with it, man. So I'm going to try to be like her today.
Now, Kevin, I'm not going to let you off the hook, though.
Let's go.
Back in the day, and I'm giving y'all a little bit of a teaser.
Okay.
But this young lady got hoop skills, y'all. She sent us a video, the highlight video. She could get buckets. So, Kev, I know we 3 ACL surgeries down the road for her, but do you think you can do anything with her on that court? Is she a legitimate threat to you?
B. Jones, every person that's come on here is a legitimate threat to me, because I am a lot older than Coach, and I'm pretty sure she's in better shape than I am, but don't get it twisted. I'll get a couple of buckets on them before I lose, though.
12-7, Kev. I got Coach Mitchell. Hey, Sports Life Talk Nation, listen, if y'all are joining us for the first time, I want to thank you so much for checking out the channel. It means a lot to us. Kevin and I, we wake up every day with the mission to spreading the word of these phenomenal human beings, and we couldn't do it without you. So we have to hold out our hands for a second. We got to ask you for a small favor. Little itty bitty favor. So Brooklyn, New York, all the way overseas to Germany, on the count of 3, we need y'all to give us some love by the way of click currency. Free 99. All we need you to do is smash that subscribe button. Are y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. Boom. Coach Mitchell, did your people do that for us? Because I feel like we get some love.
I got some people for you. Don't worry.
Hey, well, I tell you what, if y'all did smash that button, congratulations. Welcome to the Sports Life Talk Nation family. We got almost 100 episodes of You Got Next. Great stories. You got to go check out the archives, just like the one we got here today. We about to blow this one up, by the way. And then we got 100 more live episodes from when Kevin and I go stream live on Wednesday night. So go check them out. We promise y'all it's content on top of content. Non-stop laughter, non-stop fun, non-stop stories, real authentic conversations. But let's start the one up today. The one we got here, the legitimate hype of the Northeast, Coach Sara Mitchell. Coach, are you ready for the Sports Life Talk initiation?
I am so ready.
All right, let's go, Kev.
All right, Coach Mitchell. So to initiate you into the SLT family, you got to give us your top 5 music artists.
All right, this is probably going to surprise you guys. Donald Jones, number 1. Grew up in the 90s R&B vibe, so that's number 1 for me. Miguel is on the next one. I would say Drake follows then. Pink after that, and then I love me some Usher and probably know every song.
So
Pink?
down there, yeah, Pink. Hey.
Yeah, Pink. I know she's like left field from all that, but growing up, she was kind of that face. So
Yeah, no, she started off with R&B, so give her Pink is dope. I love some Pink.
I love Pink too.
Yeah,
not
for
even
sure.
gonna hate on Pink.
But I think the Donnell Jones, that's probably the first one, right?
Yeah, it's definitely the first Pink. Definitely the first Donnell Jones. I think we've had a couple of Ushers though.
Yeah, we had
everybody say do right and kill everything. So
yeah, but now Donnell Jones is stuck in my head. Now I want to see where I want to sing where I want to be, but I won't do
I
that.
know.
We're gonna move right on. So give us your favorite sports teams.
So, interesting question. Obviously, I'm a coach, so very biased. My team is always my favorite team. As far as watching, I just appreciate sports. I just like watching sports. I don't really have a favorite team. I was just watching the semifinals of the WNBA, and I'm like, who are you rooting for? I'm like, I just want to see a good game. So, probably not the best answer, but that's what I got.
No, Coach, whatever you say today is gold. And about the WNBA, what I want to say, I hate that they have that game on today at 3:00, knowing all the NFL games will be going on. Why not give them their own standalone day like on a Tuesday? Give those ladies some rest. But I digress. All right, Coach. So who is your favorite superhero and why?
So again, I think I'm like trendy of like untraditional answers. I don't really watch or have a superhero fan. I did ask my dad because he's like a complete superhero geek, and I'm like, I need to take your answer because I don't know anything. And he said Batman, and I asked him why, and he said because he's one of the few that is an actual human aside from the other superheroes. I was like, you know what? That's actually a good answer. I like it.
Well, your dad is okay with me because my favorite superhero of all time is Batman as well. So for my next question, we're going to pretend that you're a Bat Girl. So we're going to call you Barbara Gordon. So Miss Gordon, since every good superhero needs their own theme music, what would your theme song be?
How is Batman with Circle of Life playing in the background?
That is kind of weird, but if that's the song you want to go with.
You talk about the Lion King, Circle of Life?
I am talking about the Lion King. That's my favorite movie of all time.
You talking Elton
So
John?
yeah, very
That's
left field.
crazy collabo. Bruce Wayne and Elton John. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's the first one. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the last one too. But with that said, I think it's safe to say that Coach Mitchell is in our family. So take it away, bro.
Hey, welcome to the family, Coach. But I'm going to tell you, Donnell Jones, Where I Want to Be is probably the most saddest song I've ever heard.
She doesn't understand me because I rather lead than to cheat. Yeah.
Oh, I hate y'all just had to endure that.
Oh, I was going to keep going, but hey. Oh, stop it.
I'm good with it.
All right, Sarah. So let's start this thing off because every superhero has an origin story, and yours is pretty unique. We talking about a lot of miles, right? So you were born in Germany. Tell us a little bit about your transition from Germany to the States. Yeah,
I mean, it was definitely a culture shock only because I went right to Brooklyn. So talk about a culture shock. I definitely grew up right away, and I was 13. I had to learn the language, which was also kind of crazy at 13. So I got here at the end of 7th grade into 8th grade. So they put me in like an institution where they basically specialize in teaching the language. So I had to kind of get on board with that. But I feel pretty Americanized now.
So hold on. You were born and you came up until the point of the age of 13 speaking a total different language.
Correct, yeah.
I would not be able to tell that from listening to you.
No.
I hear no dialect, and maybe my earphones need to be turned up a little bit, but I just don't hear any of that, in any other dialect in your voice at all.
Yeah, you probably just hear Brooklynese at this point.
100%.
It's all Brooklyn now.
I hear Brooklyn. Now, from what I understand, it's kind of tough growing up in Brooklyn, huh? So you out here on the streets
it's
and
different.
You just learning American or learning English and learning American cultures, and you in Brooklyn somewhere where it's fast paced. They ain't got time to wait. They very straight to the point. Was that crazy for you? Or?
I mean, you just kind of have to adjust, like that's just life. So there was no time with learning the language. My parents, we all just kind of moved here and started from scratch. So it was a hustle right away. We had to make our own money, learn the language, find jobs, kind of like started with zero. So there was no time to really think about how hard it was. You just kind of had to do it,
So, but you knew one language that's international, and that's hooping. So how did you use the game of basketball to help you to transition? Or how did you use that game in order to progress and to find your own lane here in America?
Yeah, really interesting. So Germany is very soccer driven, obviously. My dad / stepdad, he actually was born and raised in Coney Island, Brooklyn. So he was stationed in the military in Germany. So then when he met my mother, I just developed this love for basketball. I really don't know why. I wasn't put into it. I just kind of was that one girl that was hooping outside with men, and he just kind of was like, we got to give this kid a shot. She's actually pretty good. And I actually didn't think I was good. I just really liked the sport. So then I came to Brooklyn in middle school, and that coach was like, this kid's good. And I really had no idea how good I was, to be honest. I always find that sports is a way for you to express yourself, no matter what your personality or your environment is. So I just kind of ran with it, and I just stuck with the sport, and I turned out all right. So I just went with it. It made me comfortable. It made me who I was.
Well, you 100% turned up. You found a lot of success. You led the nation in scoring. Like, what is that? Is that just, I mean, because I saw the stroke. It's silky smooth. You got great footwork. You out there getting buckets. Like, did you talk trash in German to them sometimes, or did you keep all your trash talk English?
It depends on my audience, I would say.
So you played some collegiate ball as well, right? Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about the collegiate. At King U, did I get that correct?
Yeah, King University. So actually, I led the nation in scoring when I was a year at JUCO. Unfortunately, when I went to college, I actually tore my ACLs throughout my entire college career. So I actually didn't even get to play college basketball, which is really sad. But I had a really killer JUCO year, obviously. And then fortunately enough, right out of college, I got into coaching. So I just kind of realized that that's my calling after it.
Well, that's what makes you got next worthy, right? Because you had to go through some trials and losing your knees 3 times. And I know we see these stars come back 9 to 10 months after ACL surgeries, but that's kind of a new thing. 10 years ago, an ACL surgery was almost a death penalty. You know what I mean? It was like coming back from that was like super crazy. So, but you were able to find your niche. You were able to find your craft. It forged you into the coach you are. And it seems like you're one of those types of coaches that take that passion and you are able to forge or rebuild, the rebuilder of programs, is what I like to say. So tell us a little bit about this assistant coach journey, being a recruiting coordinator, and how you're able to go into schools like NYU and STAC, and now you're at NJIT, and to help these programs to start having a lot of success.
I just kind of grew up in the motto of working hard. I just really worked hard, and it's really weird when you are passionate about something like you guys are. It really doesn't feel like work, and when you're passionate, you work like 20 times harder. Yep. And you don't even realize how hard you're going because you actually really love what you're doing, so like staying up 3-4 in the morning to do scouting reports, like it comes natural because you're competitive and you're passionate about the sport. I started coaching at 22. I never really thought I was going to be a collegiate coach at that age. I had dreams of going to play overseas and stuff, but starting at that age, I think really helped me be able to connect with my players on a different level too. Given the ACLs, given my age, given my, academic achievements, I was just like really able to relate to them and know how to get certain things out of them that maybe if I hadn't gone through all those things, I wouldn't be able to do that. So I think just doing something that you're super passionate about makes the job 10 times easier. I look forward. I miss my kids today. I look forward to going to work tomorrow and seeing them. So
now, I don't know if it's something about overseas, but I know if I get a doctor one day, I want it to be a German, because it just seems like people from Germany are super, super smart. Maybe it's in the water or something. But you actually have achieved a lot education-wise. So I know you have high education. We're talking about a person that was valedictorian of your high school. You were magna cum laude when you graduated from university. You got a master's degree. So I'm just, from all of these educational things, is that something that's part of the kids that you bring into your programs? Is that one of the just the natural smarts is why you find success, bringing in a smarter kid? Yeah,
for sure. Very biased story, obviously. You got to have a plan B, I'm the prime example. I tore my ACLs 3 times. I had a sports management major with a coaching minor, so at least I enjoyed what I was studying. I always tell my kids, make sure you're picking something you're passionate about. Make sure you have a degree that sets you up for life, not just because of injuries, but the ball eventually stops bouncing, so you gotta do something you're passionate about. And sometimes it takes them a while, but I was fortunate enough to be part of very high academic institutions too. NYU is NYU. So we had to recruit a certain type of kid. At Stack, the same thing with Division II, you kind of recruit high academic kids so you can split the athletic and academic scholarship money. So we targeted those type of kids too. And then at NJIT, it's actually a ranked, like a 100 ranked university, in a top 100. Sorry, that wasn't very intelligent. So it's a really good academic school too, which requires us again to target a certain audience. So it's kind of been in my background as an individual, and it's something I enjoy too, because I've always had this dream of coaching at the Division I level, but also making sure that it's a fair balance with the academics too, because that's really important to me.
Now, in this phenomenal press kit you sent us over, I got to keep giving you kudos for that. So everybody else, follow the blueprint of Coach Sara Mitchell if you come on the show, because she gave us so much background. It's crazy. But I saw a picture that I had to bring up. It was a picture of you celebrating with your players. And that, I see that all the time. We see coaches celebrate with that. That's awesome, right? That's the stuff that makes us all worth it, to see that joy. But I looked in the background of the picture, and there were cut out people in the stands. And it made me realize that we are really just at the tail end, and we're still in the midst of COVID, but people had to endure a crazy 18 months, and athletics was no different. So tell us what it was like for you coaching through COVID, actually being competitive and playing through COVID, and how did it change you as a person and your coaching style?
Yeah, I think actually that year really exposed how important relationships and connections are in a sport. That 2020 year, we had 6 incoming freshmen. We didn't have a summer session. We didn't have any time to do anything in the spring. So we were bringing in 6 freshmen who, one, didn't know the team they were coming into necessarily, or each other the right way that you would traditionally do. So it really gave us an opportunity to kind of think outside the box on how we can connect with one another. We incorporated this thing called Family Fridays. So every Friday we would come it was 5:45 every Friday, and 2 people at a time presented about their lives. So it was just another opportunity for us to feel closer, even though we were further apart, so to speak. So by the time those freshmen got in and got here, it felt really easy to just mesh together. They were comfortable right away. They connected. They are sisters. They love each other so much. And I think when you put all of those intangibles together, the success awaits, and it's going to mean that much more because of it. So we had an opportunity to really dig deep as far as just becoming closer during that time. That stuff matters, when you don't have an emotion behind what you're doing, like we talked about passion, as well as these kids, their emotions towards each other. A team sport doesn't mean anything, and these guys really celebrate each other's successes, and they do everything together. And it was a hard year, but they got through it. We didn't have one case. We didn't have one hiccup. We didn't quarantine. We had nothing. So they really bought in. They put themselves in the bubble freely. We didn't tell them to do anything, but they really wanted it because they really cared about each other. So I want to say it brought us closer. We really got through it. And now in many ways, those 2020 kids are now experiencing their freshman year, actually. because now they're getting to walk around campus and see people. Now they can invite their families to games and all those things. Now they get to eat in the cafeteria. They get to go in their locker rooms. Like those things you just kind of take for granted, and you don't really realize how good you have it or what normalcy really means. So they came back differently, in a good way.
All right, Coach. So how tall are you?
I'm like 6'5". No, I'm
okay,
kidding.
so
I'm 5'7".
You're 5'7"?
I'm 5'7", yeah.
All right, B. Jones, you said 12'8". I'm saying 12'9" now. I think I can get a point because I'm 60. All right, Coach. So if you could pick any WNBA player in the league and have them go back to your school as a freshman, who would it be and why?
This is a great question. So I have idolized Becky Hammon all of my life. She is kind of that image of like working really hard and did things untraditionally. She actually signed my 1,000 point ball. She actually came to a high school game of mine, which was crazy. True story. Imagine you're bringing a ball down and Becky Hammon just goes sits in your stands. I never called a timeout so quick in my life. I literally sat there, watched me. She apparently was married at that time to a coach that was recruiting me. So in the process of being recruited, I must have mentioned Becky Hammon and how much I idolized her. So she sent her to my game, which was crazy.
Right then and there.
Oh my gosh, it was nuts. It was nuts. I couldn't believe it. I might have dropped 30 that game.
Ooh, got buckets on their head.
It was fun though.
I bet it was. So how do you balance family and basketball?
I think it's important for your family to know what you're doing. I think also when people get married in this profession and have children, I think it's important to have someone that understands the grind and just how consuming it is. I always love it when people say, wow, you get to coach basketball games. How fun. I'm like, that's like 5% of the job. Like game time is what's fun, but the work that happens behind the scenes of this gig is insane. And again, like you enjoy it, you love it, but the recruiting, the demand, the travel, I personally love it. It's just me. I don't have siblings. It's just me and my parents. And it's fun for me, but I don't really have a lot of like a big family that is affected by it. But it's fun when you have big families and they come to every game and you see our traditional girls that bring all of their grandparents, and they all have their seats in the stands, and we have big support systems. But it's a very demanding job. I think it's really important that you have a family that understands that and you're able to communicate that.
All right, so you mentioned you're 5'7". Coach, I got a daughter, she's 6'1", and we're looking for a school for her to continue her basketball career. Why should
let me take my notes here.
I'm
jotting it down. Tell me more.
All right, so you're gonna be disappointed later. All right, so why send her to NJIT to play for Coach Mitchell?
Well, NJIT is a great school. Obviously, the academic standpoint is phenomenal. Like I said, it's part of why I do this too, to give kids an opportunity to get an education through basketball. There's no better gift than that. Also, I think our location is awesome. We're right next to New York City, about 30 minutes away. So the location is great. And then I don't know if you guys have seen it, but we have a brand new arena. It is beautiful. It is one of the nicest one in the tri-state area. I'm not just saying that because I'm biased, but it is a lot of fun to play in that gym. And it's actually really fun to see people come visit and they're like, wow, I didn't know this place existed. It is new. So again, academically, location wise, and basketball on the rise, everything is great. I love that place. I can't say enough good things about it.
Well, Coach, I just want to let you know that was just hypothetical. I don't have a daughter, but that I know of. So I hope it's not anybody out there with the last name of Thomas that, okay, let me move on. All right, Coach. So this is the part of the show where I get in your business, okay?
No problem.
All right, so you've seen the movie Love and Basketball, correct?
Yes.
Let's pretend that you're Monica Wright. Is there a Quincy McCall in your life?
No. There is not.
And this is by choice though? I'm pretty sure it's by choice.
It's not that it's by choice. It just, again, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't, you know, and I believe everything in life happens for a reason. So if one day it happens, I'm more than open to it. But right now, you know, I love my gig. I love what I do. So I'm in love with the job, so they say.
All right, B. Jones. So are you ready, man?
Kevin, we're going to start a separate show because I'm noticing a lot of these beautiful coaches and athletes.
Yeah, they single and we got to.
We might need to do a Netflix documentary on relationships and sports, man, because that's the purpose of Sports Life Talk. That's what we came up with, to talk about relationships and sports, man. I don't know. We might need to set some healthy boundaries.
Just to throw this out there, before I got married to my wife, who I love so much, dearly, 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 I was always attracted to a female hooper. That was just me. I don't know if it's just the swag or whatever, but yeah. Anyway, let's move on, B. Jones. Let's talk about me and the coach.
Is it that time?
It is that time, sir.
All right, Deontay Wilder. Welcome to the championship round.
No. I'm not gonna let you do that to me. No. But go ahead. Try again, sir.
Welcome to the championship rounds, a part of the show where Kevin and I, we turn on each other and we become competitive. And you, Coach Mitchell, now are calling all the shots. Have you ever played a game called Would You Rather?
Yes.
All right. Well, then the rules are very simple. Both of the hosts will present to you an option. You select the option that's most applicable to you, and the host that gets that option correct will gain a point. The first host to 2 points, or the best out of 3, will win this episode's game of championship rounds. And for those of you who've been rocking along with us for so many episodes, the score is 50 episodes Kevin to 43 episodes B. Jones. So Kevin has a nice little healthy cushion. So that means I must literally win the next 7 in a row, Coach. So in order to avoid, I guess, the season 1 victory will go to Kevin. All right, Coach, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go, Kev. You're the defending champion.
All right, would you rather coach a player that became a Hall of Famer and gives you the credit for their success, or
coach a player that becomes a coach, wins a ring, and says they couldn't have done it without Coach Sara Mitchell?
Becomes a coach.
There we go. That's 1 point for the mouth of the South, B. Jones.
You do know I'm the one that's been talking to you and reaching out to you and everything. I'm just throwing it out.
I'm feeling very bullish right now.
It's all about what they do after, you know? That's why.
All right, round number 2. Coach, would you rather go to a concert on the beach and get front row seats to Donnell Jones or Drake or Pink or
watch us give a whole top 5, B. Jones. All right, go shoe shopping with your closest friends with unlimited access at a Nike store?
Nike store. I'm not a big concert girl.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sorry, man.
All right, so round 3, $4. So, Coach, one of us is going to be happy. The other one's going to be mad the rest of the show. So that all depends on you who's going to be what. All right, so would you rather go back in time knowing what you know now and doing everything over again, or
would you rather fast forward it 10 years and be an established head coach?
I would go back. Sorry.
Ooh, so B. Jones, you would have had to win all of these, right? So that's 51.
That's season 1. I think we might be done. We got to see how many more episodes we got left in season 1. You know what? You might have won the belt for season 1, sir.
Thank you so much, Coach Mitchell. You're a baller. I'm a hooper. We just get wins. That's all we do. So, B. Jones, do whatever you want to. I'm gonna be happy the rest of the show. So take over.
Sorry.
Deontay Wilder. Well, listen, the name of the show is You Got Next, Coach Mitchell. So let's talk about that. What does the future hold for you? Because apparently you don't want to go forward 10 years and see yourself as an established head coach. So what does the future hold for you, Coach Mitchell?
Well, the only reason why I didn't pick that is because I don't want to lose that time. I actually want to know what happens until I get there. So that's the only reason why. But obviously at some point I definitely want to get, be a head coach myself. When I started coaching, I always knew that this is something I'm going to do for the rest of my life. And then when I started coaching at the Division III level, I actually told myself that I wanted to experience all divisions under my belt. And I can say that I have. I was at the D3, D2, D1 level now. So hopefully that can be a good pitch one day for that position,
All right. What can we expect for those NJIT fans, right? Those who rocking along with the program, the Highlanders stand up. What can they expect out of the Highlanders women's basketball team this season?
That they're going to be the most connected team. Wins or losses, sometimes they don't matter as much as the experience on its own. So I think what we've built culture-wise and the intangibles of this program are going to stand out. And like I said before, once you build that culture and when you start winning, it just feels differently. So I think what you're going to see is a bunch of girls who love each other, who love what they do on the court. They love their coaches. They love basketball, and they're going to play their hardest, and they're going to love doing it. And you're going to see that.
Now, I know you got, it's like, 12 to 15 young ladies on the program?
We actually have 17.
17. I know you love all 17 the same. So, young ladies,
I do.
But is there any players to watch? Is there any player that me and Kevin, right now, we turn on the game, we should, let's look for number 32. Let's look for number 17. Anybody that we should look out for that you say, hey, this girl got juice?
Yeah, I would say it starts with our point guard. She kind of sets the tone. It's naturally who you have your eyes on when the ball, starts rolling anyway. She's our glue, and everyone plays off of her, and she kind of gets us going. She's 5'6", and she plays like she's 6'5". So she just plays so hard.
What's her name?
Probably Lizzie Litwinkle. She's number 4. She's not number 4. She's number 14. I believe. It's been a while since season started. But, between my 1, 2, and 3, those are the girls that kind of set the tone for us. So I'm excited what they'll do this year.
All right, Coach. So besides Instagram, which we have on the screen, where can the SLT Nation find you?
Instagram and Twitter. It's the same username for both. So you can definitely find me there. I try to do a lot on social media to keep our audience happy. So that's right here below. Look at that. Perfect.
All right. So do you have any shout outs you want to give?
My parents, like I said, we've done this thing together since day one. I wouldn't be here without them. They gave up everything. I mean, literally everything, for me to literally. So, I'm grateful, which is why I always worked so hard. I did everything to make them proud and keep them proud. So, shout out to them.
All right.
Single kids. What do you call that when you grow up? When you just only child?
Only child.
Yeah, y'all. It's some good endings out there for y'all. Don't be jealous because you ain't have all these brothers and sisters. There's something out there for y'all too.
Thank you, Jones. I'm an only child as well.
I didn't know that, Kev. I did not know that.
You didn't know I was
something new
all these years.
That's why you naturally, be calling me all the time and text me. You needed a brother. I'm your brother, man.
No, I just want to check on your mental because sometimes I worry about you. All right, Coach. So your family now, family. We look out for each other. With that said, we need for you to help us find our next guest on this series. So, Coach Sara Mitchell, who would you nominate to be next on the You Got Next series?
I think you guys would enjoy talking actually to our Dobo, our Director of Operations, Anissa Sanchez. She has a unique story too. She actually ended up playing overseas, so she can give you guys a different story, and I think she'd be a lot of fun for you guys to talk to as well.
All right, Miss Sanchez, we are coming after you. Not in that way, but we want you on the show.
Next, Anissa.
Yes. All right, B.
Hey, well, Coach, you are phenomenal. I love your energy. I can tell you right now, we're going to look up in a couple of years, and we're just going to see some truly, truly, truly amazing things come out of you and your program. I'm looking out for NJIT. I know it's going to be some big things on the horizon. And Coach Sara Mitchell, you got next. Well, Sports Life Talk Nation, our family, our tribe, we did it again. I get sad every time we get to this part of the show. Not because I lost to Kevin, but just because it's time to say goodbye. But we hope you appreciated the show. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And listen, we need you. Don't forget about the invitation. If you didn't hit the subscribe button 30 minutes ago, hopefully we earned that right for you to want to become part of Sports Life Talk Nation. So smash that subscribe and share this story. Somebody out there needs to hear this. They suffering through ACLs and they are only child and they don't know what the future holds. They need to hear Sara's story. It's that good. It's that powerful. So share it. And Kevin and I, if you want to hang out with us a little bit more, I mentioned it earlier in the first part of the show. We do go live Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube. So come hang out with us. We maniacal about engagement. We gonna answer back. We gonna laugh with you. We gonna cry with you. But you have to hit the subscribe button and the bell, and you'll be notified. So, but Kev, what you got, man? I know I'm forgetting something. I get so emotional at this time of the show. My bad, man.
No, you actually did a great job this show, B. Jones. I really appreciate you. And like he said, I want to piggyback on that because just like some churches, they passed that collection plate around 3 times. So this is your 3rd chance to subscribe. With that said, Coach Mitchell, thank you for rocking with us, bringing that coach, that Hooper swag. And hey, you got 2 brothers here in Dallas. They're going to do whatever we can.
Appreciate
family.
I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for having me. This stuff is awesome. It gives people a voice. And, like you guys said, people need to share their stories. And hopefully you guys keep doing this. And I appreciate you guys for reaching out.
Hey, Sports Life Talk Nation, we love y'all. Stay safe, be blessed, respect each other, love one another, because together we are better. Keep dreaming, y'all, because you never know. You may be the next star. On Sports Life Talks, you got next. Yeet.